is the stern. For those of you who are using the sit-on-top kayaks, you're going to have a seat, and once you get the kayak into the water, not on the land, sit on it and make sure that the seat is comfortable for you. This seat adjustment on my kayak, I have two places where I can adjust it. I can adjust it in the front here. I can also adjust it in ones that you'll be using, also the same style. The reason why I'm asking you not to sit on the kayak when it's on dry land is that there's no support in the kayak, and so you can compress it, and along the edges you can cause these little micro tears, and that will allow the kayak to take on water. Paddle is your best friend out on the water. This is what allows you to stabilize yourself, and it's also what allows you to propel the kayak. See, the face of it has a scoop, kind of like a spoon. You want the spoon side facing behind you, and I have it the wrong way. Also on your paddles, you have writing on it, and you see that the edge is not symmetrical. You want the writing, when you look at the paddles, you want the writing to be legible to you, not upside down. Alright, now for grip on the paddle, you want to have your arms at about shoulder length. And when you paddle, so you can make you have a 90-degree bend in your arm. When you're sitting down and you're paddling, you're going to stab the water close to your toes and pull it back. While you are pulling with your, in this case, my right hand, I'm also pushing with my left hand. Okay, and then you bring it out of the water once the paddle passes you, and then stab with the left side and pull and push, and you get this motion. Now, I will tell you that if you are paddling like this and you have all of your energy is coming from your upper body, you're going to wear yourself out very quickly, and also you're not going to go very far. So this is really a full body exercise, and that's why we stretched our full body. So you're going to turn your torso when you do your strokes. Okay, so this is the basic stroke. You can call it the power stroke. If you do it more vertically, you can get a lot more power out of it. There's also the sweep, and a sweep would be stabbing way out and pulling. Stabbing way out and pulling. This is a good stroke for corrections. If you want to turn to the right, you're going to paddle on the left, and if you want to turn to the left, you're going to paddle on the right. For the tandem kayaks, the person in the front sets the pace for the paddle. The person in the back needs to follow that. The person in the front does not steer. The person in the front provides the power for the tandem kayak. The person in the rear will actually steer. So there needs to be really good communication between the person in the front and the person in the back. Another signal that I might give is if I want everyone to stop, I'll hold my paddle above my head like this, horizontally. This is telling everyone to stop. If I come across a shallow a sandbar that we weren't expecting, then I might signal you to either go to the left or to the right of it, and I'll point my paddle face in the direction that I want you to go. So to the right, to the left. It's at a 45 degree, so that's why for okay, it's very important. If I have it like this, well, is it okay, or am I asking you to go right?
Yeah, and try not to use right or left when you're doing that, because that creates mass confusion. Just point it in the direction that you want people to go. So if you see it pointed that way, which way does she want us to go?
Right.
Try not to use right or left. Just say like that direction, yeah. Because
usually you may be behind me, so if I'm pointing it this direction, then I want you to go that direction.
Yeah, and if you're turned around and you're looking that way, and you say right or left, it gets super confusing.
If you do fall out of your boat, you need to stay with your boat, and honestly, here, stand up and hang on to your boat and hang on to your paddle. If we do find deeper water and you're just barely touching, still hang on to the boat, because it's a lot easier to see a big orange, yellow, turquoise boat in the distance than a bobbing head, just a single, bobbing head. If you're close to shore, then walk it, swim it back to shore. Getting back into the boat is relatively easy. For a single person or a single kayak, what you would do is get onto one side. You'd have one hand on the side closest to you, reach over, and you try to push yourself up, kind of like a belly flop. Think of a seal trying to get up on to something. One person gets in. You do the belly crawl or the belly flop into the boat. They get themselves situated to sit down, and then the second person does the same. Now, when the second person pushes down on one side of the boat, if I push down on this side, if there's someone in the back, they need to lean to the other side to stabilize the boat and hopefully prevent the tumping again.
Actually, you know what? Let's set up some parameters for snorkeling too.
Okay.
We're gonna set up boats. I think we're gonna try to set up boats so that all of the participant boats are hopefully in a train. Because I think I saw a train. Yeah. So I think we'll do a train, and then we'll take the guides' boats and set up like a triangle, and we'll try to have, if you're in the water, everybody stay in between those boats or in the triangle, so we can kind of keep track of what's going on with everybody.
Another piece of equipment that we'll want to ask for if we're going to be taking people out snorkeling is a dive flag, so we can, in some way, to hold it up to let the boaters know.
This is the seagrass that you have to be careful with.
Swim around and see lots of little picky perch and small perch. Just came upon a pretty good sized blowfish. Trying to use this camouflage to keep away. My face was about this close to him. Water's got just beautiful depth for snorkeling. The grasses go pretty close to the top, so sometimes you just go through the grasses.